Hi, Victoria here from the Bookkeeper Hub, HBA and Compass, and of course, author of Zest for Success. Oh my God, the amount of time I spend sitting in my car waiting for my children. Okay, well, I'm going to use this to the best of my advantage and talk you through building a business through the Zest for Success method, and where possible, I'm going to relate that back to the Bookkeeper Hub, which is our bookkeeping business. So we've talked about basic product viability, we've talked about production, we've talked about cash flows. Oh my God, that's heavy for the first couple of sessions of talking about this. But before you go ahead and build a business or start a business and start spending money, you need to make sure that you've got those foundations and your business is going to work. So hopefully by now you've done some number crunching, you know where you stand, and it's just about all systems go. And from now on in after today, it's going to all be about ready, set, go. Or as my friend James Tuckerman says, ready, fire, aim. Think about that one. Okay, so today we're going to have a quick chat about business planning. And I do have some notes here that I want to refer to because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. But keeping in mind that there are hundreds and thousands of business plan templates out there on the World Wide Web. Your bank requires them. Your mum and dad or your mentor might say, you must have a business plan before you start a business. And if you want to borrow, anyone or want to get an investor, anyone who wants to lend or invest in your business wants to know that you've really put the thought into this. And particularly mum and dad, if they're getting towards retirement stage and they're funding your startup, and it's their retirement savings that they're forking out, they want to make sure that you're not going to leave them destitute. I know your parents will do anything for you, but you want to make sure that what you're doing isn't just wasting their money away. So a business plan is important, and there's a few things that do need to be covered in a business plan, and I'm going to go through them, and then I'm going to talk about a shortcut, because I hate doing stuff for the sake of doing it rather than getting something that is going to be useful that you can use going forward. Okay? So let's have a look at the basic things that business plans traditionally cover. So the first one is an overview and a vision of your business. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be in 12 months' time? Where do you want to be in 3 years' time, 5 years' time, 10 years' time? And that's pretty heavy when you've just got this idea or a product and gone, you know what, this thing's great. I want to go out and sell it. Where do you want to be? At Bookkeeper Hub, we want to be the bookkeeper of choice for tradies. We want to be the bookkeeper that other bookkeepers come to get advice. We want to be the people that help businesses succeed. Hence the fact we're doing these videos today. And then you need to talk about your USP or your unique service proposition. Now, we spoke about that a few weeks ago. And something that is unique to you, that is different from everyone else who sells your product or service. And that's really hard when you sit there and you think about it and you go, you know what? I'm a bookkeeper. What do I do that's different from any other bookkeeper that's around? Yeah, I use Xero. There's thousands of people that use Xero. Yeah, I'm virtual. Oh, woohoo, that's really exciting. But what we've put together is the book Zest for Success and the Zest for Success method that we're using to assist our clients to grow their businesses. And having these resources with the downloads and the book is something that's totally different, and of course these videos, that's totally different to any other bookkeeper that's out there. That's our unique selling proposition. And of course, we have our Fix-It service. So I'm not going to go in depth about that. If you want to check it out, go to www.bookkeeperhub.com.au/services/Fix-It. So once you've done that, you put in the details of the product of your product or service. So what do? We do bookkeeping. We do bookkeeping training, and we have a Xero Fix-It service. 3 services, simple. If you have lots of products or services, try and bring it back down to your main ones, the core of your business. because someone who's going to invest in your business needs to get an understanding of what it is that you do. And as hard as it is, try to make this as simple as you can, not technical. I had a client years ago in the telecommunications industry, and he used to come to BNI meetings, and he'd talk about his product, and he would be technical, and he'd talk about ADSL and whatever it is and VoIP, and we just go, well, what do you do? At the end of the day, we actually drilled down. What he does is have a product that plugs into your phone system that then uses either effectively VoIP, which is voice over the internet, or your telephone line, depending on which is the best connection and which one's going to charge you the least. And it automatically split from one to the other if the other dropped out. So back in the day, VoIP was all the rage, but the actual service, because the internet was crud, was horrible. You'd make a phone call and it would drop out, and you'd get really frustrated. Your clients would get frustrated. His service, if the VoIP dropped out, instantaneously dropped back to a phone line, and you didn't even know the difference. But that wasn't the way that he brought it when he came to explain what his product was. It was all technical highfalutin because that's what he got off on. We just wanted to know that we could make cheap phone calls that would work. So make sure when you're talking about your product or your service that you're actually putting in what it is in a way that people can understand. And then you go through and talk about SWOT. Now, SWOT is a long-term business planning tool. Stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, we're going to go in detail of this in, quite a few sessions time when we get deep down into business planning. But strengths and weaknesses are things that are relating to your business. Opportunities and threats are relating to your industry. So just keep that in mind if you go through that process. Then we talk about production, how your product or service is going to be delivered, how it's going to be produced, how it's going to be delivered, what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Then we talk about marketing, structures, your type of business structure that we're going to use, different responsibilities of different people, your org chart. And you know what? This is getting really deep and really hard. Talking about how your business is going to be managed, what kind of licenses you need, your processes, your products, your management information systems. Are your eyes glazing over already? I know I'm sitting here going, oh my God, have I got to go through all this just to start a business? Well, it's stuff that you need to think about, and it's stuff that we're going to talk about going forward on a one-by-one basis. But if you really want to get your business plan up and running quickly, it's a matter of combining your vision, your plan, your service, and your numbers into something that people can understand. And the best thing that I've come across is a one-page plan. And it's by a business called Gazelles, which is owned by Vern Harnish. Now, he's in the US, so a lot of his stuff comes out as US terminology, but he has all these resources that you can download off the web to complete a one-page plan. We print it off in A3, stick it to our wall, and it's there and we know where it is. We look at it each quarter, we update it each quarter, and it gives us a target of where we're going to go for the next 90 days. Vern's got a book called The Rockefeller Habits, if you like reading. And if you want to check out his website, it's Gazelles, GAZELLES.com. Sorry, I had to check it out. Spelling's not my best thing. So if you want to have a look at that, by all means, but we have adapted one of his one-page plans and put it on our download page. So www.bookkeeperhub.com/training, and you'll find that there's a one-page business plan. So I suggest that you have a look at that and have a crack at filling that out before you do get too bogged down into business planning. Thanks, I'll see you tomorrow. And one thing I didn't mention, if you are going to the bank and you are going for bank finance, they probably will want the full-blown business plan because the bank guys have their own structures and tick-offs and procedures, and something that's different throws them out and usually makes them say no. If that's the case, go to the website of the bank that you're looking at and seeing if they have any resources there and they have any business plans. Because if you can take your stuff off your one-page plan or off your head of what we've been talking about and put it into their structure, you've got more chance of them saying yes. Thanks.